My name's Georgie Donovan. I'm the founder and creative producer of Geeks in Motion. We're a film and video production company based in Brixton. Being an entrepreneur is a kind of double-edged sword. It's exciting and rewarding, but it's also a lot of hard work. It's a lot harder than people realise, but what you get in return if you put in the work is amazing, because you get to sort of do what you've always wanted to do. So I think it's worth it if you can handle the fight. There's a story actually I tell every time someone asks me how and why I started my business, and it was when I was first starting out in the industry. I was an unpaid intern in a production company, which unfortunately is very common in the media industry. And I was just chatting to some colleagues about what we wanted to do, when we wanted to go, and I said, I want to eventually become a producer. And the head of production, who was sat behind me, who was an older man, turned around and laughed at me and said, "Oh honey, that's sweet, but you'll never be a producer, you're too nice." That was that moment for me, the fire that said, actually, I'm going to prove you wrong. There's a lot about starting your own business that isn't glamorous, and it certainly isn't easy. And I do think that there's a tendency, we have these big role models who've done massive success, and the way it's portrayed is it's done like that, it's overnight. And the truth is that overnight success probably has 10 years of work behind it, but you'll never see it. And I think that can be quite intimidating, and it can be really disheartening when you're starting out and you're in the end of your first year of trading and you haven't made, £1 million business. You feel like a failure. But that's ridiculous, of course. There are the people who do that, they are few and far between, and most entrepreneurs spend years fighting and relearning, and sometimes they'll start a business and it'll fail, and guess what? You start another one, and it might take that for you to become a success. I think it's very easy when you're starting out because you're on your own. There's no one there to sort of not just push you, but hold you accountable for things. It's very easy to let things slide sometimes because no one else knows. And I think one of the things that's really valuable is getting a mentor, someone who's been through your journey, who understands what running a business is like, and who can help you keep yourself on track. And then inevitably they will push you to do things that you never would have thought of, or push you outside of your comfort zone. Because it's a difficult journey, once you start it, you do tend to sort of get into a rut quite quickly because it protects you. But actually the way you take yourself further is to go outside your comfort zone, and it may mean restructuring your business, and you don't want to because it's your baby and this is how it's been since the beginning. But actually making that scary decision can, rocket your company into areas you never thought was possible. Although it can be hard, everything that you need to be a successful female entrepreneur, you have access to. So I think your biggest hurdle is yourself. So just go for it, don't be afraid, and don't wait for opportunities to come, go out and make them happen, and go out and demand them because you have a right to them.